Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been like a real minute, but hopefully we're back. And without wasting time, I just want to go into what I want to talk about today. So this video is going to be about a question I get asked very frequently. I'm a lover of books here. I read books, I collect books, especially motivational and self-help books. So sometimes I post about these books on my story, my status, and I get questions from people, and most of them are like, okay, I'm extremely busy, I have to work every day of the week. How can I incorporate reading into like my busy life and my busy schedule? So I'm just going to highlight some tips that has helped me over the years to still, you know, read books. Now, one thing I'm going to say before I highlight these tips is that I know that life can get really busy, and sometimes unexpected things pop up, like things that you do not even plan for. They just happen and come and scatter all your schedule. So, with this in mind, I'm going to let you know that it's okay to not be on schedule all the time. Yeah, you don't have to beat yourself up because maybe you set a goal and you're unable to reach it. You don't have to give up because of that. Just set another goal and move on with your life. So, putting this in mind, I'm going to be giving you some tips that even if you're not able to meet up with them every day, doing them will still help you. Like trying to do them as best as you can will still help you incorporate reading into your life. So, are you ready? Let's get into them. Now, the first one is reading for 10 minutes as soon as you wake up or in the morning before you get into your chores and tasks for the day. I read a book some time ago, The 5 a.m. Club, and from that book, I was able to like draft out a whole morning routine. I don't do it so often now due to some crazy reasons, but at the time, I was able to like draw out a schedule. So as soon as I wake up, I'm working out, then I shower. As soon as I shower, I carry my book and read, or whatever book I'm reading at that time. Carry the book and read for 10 minutes. Me, I can be very fast when I'm reading. So in 10 minutes, I can do like maybe 15 pages or maybe 10 to 15 pages. Let me not exaggerate much, but you don't have to be that fast. The goal is for you to read as often as you can, probably every day. So if you can just take out 10 minutes of your morning before you get into your task, preferably as soon as you wake up. Like me, when I wake up, carrying a book immediately will not work for me because I'm just going to fall back to sleep. So what I do when I wake up is, and when I have like intention to read, what I do is I wake up, I do workouts. Now my workouts are not very extreme. I'm not trying to build my body or anything. I work out because I want to be healthy and I want to be active. It's mostly for the activity for me. So when I wake up and I work out, now I'm active. I'm ready to, start my day. Then I shower and come back and read my book first. Now you're going to do all of this before you turn on your data. As somebody who has like a very short attention span, turning on my data before I do this, like read my book, is going to scatter everything because now the notifications are coming in and you are distracted, you are going to different apps. Before you know, you've lost focus. That's one of the reasons why I do not read ebooks. Like, right, I like to collect hard copy books so that when I'm reading, I know I'm reading without any distractions. So you want to try and read 10 minutes before you start doing your chores, your task for the day. Because if you say you want to read after like doing some task, you may not be able to because something can come up. So read, wake up, move your body to become active, then read before you start your day. Preferably, you want to stand up from your bed. Right? You want to stand up from your bed. If you are not going to work out after you wake up before you read, as soon as you wake up, just stand up and go to maybe your table or just leave the bed, because if you don't, there's a very high chance that you're going to fall back to sleep. Okay, so if you want to read, you can do 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever your schedule will allow. But 10 minutes, it's okay. 10 minutes is okay for a start. Okay, so that's the first tip. Now, the second tip to help you stay consistent in reading is to read the last thing before you go to bed. So, yeah, I'm going to use myself as an example. My usual drill is as soon as I get home from work, I'm tired, yeah. So, I try to shower, find dinner, then basically just enter the bed and start surfing the internet. That's me. That's my routine for after I get back from work. So when I have light, this I don't usually do this a lot because BEDC is a huge factor. I'm not trying to complain or anything, but when there's no light, the motivation to read is usually very low. So this night one does not work for me that much. But when there's light, I still try to, read before I sleep. So press your phone, and maybe your bedtime is like 10 p.m. Like 10 p.m. is when you log off and sleep. If that's your bedtime, by 9:50 you can just turn off your data and use the remaining 10 minutes to read before you go to sleep. With this, you can cover a few pages for that day. So if you didn't read in the morning, you can read in the evening, or you can read morning and evening. Like you can read for 10 minutes in the morning and also read for 10 minutes before you go to sleep, and that's 20 minutes of reading in one day. See, it's not hard. I know you'll be thinking in your head that it's not possible to do this every day, but trust me, when you start, it's apart from BEDC who they are going to be like a very big factor. And if you have consistent lights in the night, then this should be like a breeze for you. So last thing before you sleep, 10 minutes before lights out for you, just carry your book and read a few pages. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be 20 pages. So you can read 1 page or 2 pages, whatever you can do. Just do, but the essence is to make sure that you're reading consistent. Now, the third tip to help you stay consistent in reading is to read on your way to work, on your way or back from work. Now, this has been it for me. Like, this is what has helped me to stay consistent in reading my books. My trip to work is usually 20 to 25 minutes if the road is clear, and if there's hold up, can go as much as 40 minutes. So in 40 minutes, I can cover 30 to 50 pages. So imagine all the time you have been wasting sitting in the bus and engaging in argument that does not concern you. You can use this time to read. It's what I've been doing. Like since I started working in January till now, this is how I've been able to stay consistent reading. I've not been reading in the morning and in the night a lot. Or you see this reading on my way to work. It has been the best thing that I have ever discovered. I read on my way to work, and most times because I use public transport. I use public transport, so most of the time, if I find out that okay, it's not going to be convenient for me, I just pay for the 2 seats at the front and sit there so that I can comfortably read on the way without anybody telling me adjust or inconveniencing me. So that's what I do most of the time. If you have, unless you drive yourself, unless you have a car and you drive to work, that's really where this is not going to work. But if you're using public transport or you're using cab, or somebody drives you to work, then this is a whole golden 20 to 40 minutes that you can use to read. Trust me, I finish books in a week or two when I do this, because some books are like 200 pages. If I'm reading 40 pages per day for 5 days, I'm done with a 200-page book. So simply by just reading on the way to work. So if you know that you are always en route, like you always in transport, like you always use transport, you always move about, then you want to try and inculcate reading on the way into your schedule. Trust me, it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you achieve your reading goals so much. This one, I'm hammering on it because it is what I do. It is what has helped me to stay consistent. Okay, so you want to really try this. Unless you drive yourself, unless you have a car, you drive to work, you drive to your workplace. But if you do not, then you want to make use of this time positively. Like you want to make good use of it to read and keep yourself enlightened. Now the last tip I'm going to share in this video is to set reminders for your reading so that you don't forget. Like if you plan to read during the day, probably you want to take off some time at work to just glance through a few pages, you want to set reminders. So let's say you want to read by 2 p.m. every day. Set your reminders, read for 10 minutes. Let that just be the label of the reminder, so that when it comes up, you know that, oh, okay, I'm supposed to pick up my book and read now. If you read ebooks, if you are somebody that can read, like you are comfortable with reading ebooks, then this would work for you. So immediately you see your reminder, you just have to go to where your book is and read your few pages, and you can head back to work as soon as you are done. Okay, so 4 tips: read 10 minutes when you wake up, read 10 minutes before you go to sleep, read when you are on your way to work or when you are back from work. Set your reminders so that you do not forget to read your books. Also, I want you to know that it doesn't have to be like, it would be great if you can do it every day, but if you can't, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. Any day that you cannot, just accept that as okay, you were not able to, you had some issues that came up, but try as much as possible to be consistent. So don't just not do it without reason. Okay, so when you can, please ensure that you read your books. There are a lot of benefits to reading books. Like the pros are more, I don't know if there are any cons to reading books, but the advantages are a lot, a whole lot. Like it helps, especially with the way things are right now in the country, like with the economy and everything. Reading books are going to like help you to stay focused, to not lose hope, to be more positive, and you just learn things about, like you learn things about everything when you read. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have like if you had a reading problem before and you found a way to overcome it, and it's not like what you did is not in any of these tips I shared here, please let us know in the comment section so that we can learn more ways to stay consistent in reading. And also, if you have any more issues, say you don't know the kind of books that you want to read, leave a comment too, we would address that. And also, if you need like book recommendations, just drop a comment, let me know, and I will make videos to like address that. Although I have a recommendation video, like I think the first video on this channel, it's a book recommendation video. Like I made a video on the 3 books you should read if you want to get started on reading, and I think you would love that video. So I don't know if I can link yet. I don't know if I can link a video to this video yet, but if I cannot, just know that it's the first video in this channel, so you can just go straight there and watch that. So I really hope you like this video. If you've seen it to this point, thank you very much. I really love you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure that you subscribe. Help me grow my channel, and I would really appreciate that. So same time next week, hopefully hopefully we'll have a video up next week as well. And I was thinking to do a book review. Let me know if you would like a book review. If not, let me know what you would like. It's definitely going to be a book review. All right, stay safe, read your books. Okay, bye.